Hello everyone, and today I'm going to be making a tier list of the Death Grips albums. Now, Death Grips over the past mainly just a few months, has been one of my favorite artists to listen to. They've probably worked their way into my top 3 artists. Super consistent catalog and a lot of albums I'm really going to like to rank, so let's get into it. These are the categories I'm going to be using to rank the albums, and as you see at the bottom there's that's a section for albums I haven't listened to. There's only 2 of them, and that is the 2 instrumental albums. It's the interview one, and then it's the Runaway thing one with I forgot the title of the album, but basically the 2 instrumental albums. I haven't listened to those, and I really don't plan on it because I've heard they're not very good. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Starting off with their debut 2011 mixtape Exmilitary. I have this in 10 out of 10. This is my favorite Death Grips project. I mean, just this album mixtape is so insanely consistent. I mean, every single song on here besides one they're all amazing. They're all amazing songs. I mean, it has like the best opener track of all time, and Beware. I mean, the songwriting, the production, and the vocals, and just the story. Like, oh my gosh, that song is like the definition of a 100 out of 10. Like that song is ridiculous. I'm not going to get into the entire track list, but I guess the main standouts besides Beware are like Tachyon, Spread Eagle Across the Block, Through the Walls, Culture Shock, Clink. You can maybe throw in I Want It, I Need It, but that song does have like a crazy good chorus. Known for, honestly, like, again, every single song is amazing on here besides Blood Creepin', which is the last song, which is interesting because Death Grips usually have like amazing closer songs. But anyway, yeah, Exmilitary, insanely I mean, just again, every single song is so good on this album. I highly recommend it to anyone. Some of the best production, vocal performances, and I don't know. It's just one of the best projects I've ever heard. It's like a top 3 like project of all time, or in my personal taste, it is. But yeah. Next, we have their 2012 debut album, The Money Store. This is the band's most famous album. A lot of people know it, but this album is, I mean, it's groundbreaking. I mean, it is incredible. It's easily a 9 out of 10. And, at one point I did have it in the 8 out of 10 range, like when I first listened to it, and even not too long ago. But, I mean, just the more you listen to it, the more and more and more it grows on you. Like, I mean, when you have songs like Hacker, which are, like, debatably the best song of the 2010s, I mean, dude, they're incredible. And, I mean, you have I've Seen Footage, like The Fever, Get Got. I mean, you have Beat, Please. Just like those highs are ridiculously high, and like so many, like they're all like really fun songs to listen to. They're all very catchy. I mean, I've heard like people like Fantano say this is the most like poppy album, which yeah, is pretty accurate, I would say. But yeah, just a super genre bending album, very groundbreaking, very cool production. Some of Ride's best vocals, which I mean, I think Exmilitary has the best production and vocals, but Money Store comes close, second, definitely. But yeah, The Money Store, an amazing album, absolutely deserves a 9 out of 10 spot. I don't think it's a 10 out of 10 like some people would say it is, but still, an amazing album. Next, we have No Love Deep Web, which, yes, I had to draw over this album cover because I'm not showing that on YouTube. The album that got them kicked off their record label, also the reason why I drew over it. But anyway, this album kind of changes between a 7 or an 8 for me a lot, but I do think the highs on this album make it stay in the 8 range. I mean, you have Artificial Death in the West, which is one of their best songs. Like, it's a 10 out of 10 song. I mean, then you have No Love, which has these ridiculously hard-hitting drums. The only thing I kind of can pick about that song is the distorted vocals. I wish they were a bit more cohesive. Then you have Lock Your Doors, which is just like the worst horror movie you could think of, just crammed into a 3-minute song or whatever. That song is genuinely a horror movie. I mean, but it is sick. It is actually pretty cool. Then you also have songs like Pop, which I think are pretty underrated. You have songs like Black Dice, which I think are also pretty underrated. A lot of people hate on that song. I don't really know why. You also have Bass Rattle Stars Out the Sky. That song is pretty cool. Whammy's alright. I guess the lows on the album are kind of low, but I think overall there are more highs than lows. And just because the highs are pretty freaking high, like Artificial Death in the West, Lock Your Doors, No Love. Even Come Up and Get Me, that song's pretty eerie. Like, this is definitely Death Grip's most, like, eerie and, like, horror-filled, like, album, definitely. It is unsettling. But, this album, yeah, I'm going to put it in, like, a very light 8 out of 10. It's borderline 10 out of 10, but I think it just makes into the out of 10 category. Next, we have Government Plates, and yeah, I'm putting this in the 6 out of 10 category. I think a lot of people would kind of agree with me. I mean, it's really nothing that special. I mean, it's mostly instrumental, and the instrumentals are fine. It's just, I'm not a big instrumental, like, guy. I do like lyrics, and I enjoy vocal performances, but, Government Plates overall, yeah. I mean, it's above average, but it's just nothing great, you know. I mean, you have You Might Think He Loves You, which is so much different than the rest of the album. And that's a pretty good song. I think it's a bit overrated, but it is a really good song. You also have And Bonnie, which I think it's a very rare, like, majestic Death Grip song. I mean, it's very, like, I don't know. It's very, like, nice to listen to, surprisingly, which is surprising because a lot of Death Grip stuff is very loud and abrasive. But, and then you also have one of the most underrated Death Grip songs, in my opinion. It's, F Who's Watching, or whatever whatever you want to call it. That song is really good, and I think it deserves a lot more attention. That, in my opinion, is probably the best song off the album, and I think it's, like, a really freaking good song. But anyway, yeah, Government Plates overall, I'm putting it in 6 out of 10. It's above average, but it's nothing that good. Next, we have Brothers on the Moon. I don't know, this album, the only reason it's in 6 out of 10 is because of Up My Sleeves and A Billy Not Really, which I love. I really like both of those songs a lot. If it wasn't for those songs, I'd have this in like a 3 out of 10 because I really don't like this album too much. I think it's unique and some of it, like the sampling's cool, but I think it's kind of spammed too much and it's kind of repetitive. And some of the songs, yeah, like, I don't know, they're just not great songs. Like, again, other than Billy Not Really and Up My Sleeves, there's nothing crazy. All the other songs are just kind of mid to below average, but I'll throw it slightly above Government Plates because I think the highs are a bit higher. But yeah. Next we have Jenny Death, and this project is incredible. I think this is borderline like a 9 out of 10. Like, of course, there are some songs that kind of weigh it down, but overall, it's technically not an album. I mean, I guess it is, but it's the Brothers on the Moon and this were, combined to form the powers that be. But anyway, yeah, Jenny Death is, the highs are ridiculous. You have On GP, which is one of my, that's like a top 3 Death Grip song, and it is a freaking anthem from the production to the vocals, which I do think the vocals do get drowned out a bit, but I do think On GP is like an 11 out of 10 song. It's incredible. You also have Centuries of Damn, Beyond Alive, which that 3-song run is incredible. You also have Why a B Word Gotta Lie. Love that song. Insanely catchy, crazy distorted guitar. Same with the Turned Off. You also got I Break Mirrors in My Face for the United States, which I think that song's okay. It's a good opener track though. The only songs I really didn't like too much were Death Grips 2.0, but that's really just an instrumental song. I also didn't like too much. I think it was okay. And a lot of people are going to get mad at me for this, but I think Inanimate Sensation is good-ish. I don't really think it's as good as people say it is, but it's definitely one of my least favorites off of Jenny Death. Yeah, so I'm not like a huge fan of the song, but overall, those are like the only things I can kind of pick at. those songs are still above, like well above average. Like they would be the best off of, like government plates if they're on there. But yeah, overall, Jenny Death is like borderline 9 out of 10. It's incredible. Now, next, we have my third favorite Death Grips album, which is Bottomless Pit. This album is sick. It is absurdly aggressive, but it is so ridiculously cool. I mean, the production is like Money Store and Jenny Death combined in like better quality. I mean, I still think the Money Store is like slightly better, but dude, Bottomless Pit is freaking sick. I mean, the intro track is like their most aggressive song ever. I mean, it's just like constant, just like just punching you in the face, basically. The vocals are absurd. Hothead is actually a track I go back to quite a bit because it goes from like just super chaotic, MC Rod, he's just going blah, 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 blah all over the place. But then it turns into like this like very structured chorus, which is really cool. And like, even though a lot of these songs are like it sounds like he's just yelling. I mean, again, people gotta understand Death Grips, like they put work into their lyrics. Like they tried to push a meaning to what they're, always talking about. So, I mean, all their songs really have like meaning to them, or at least they try to get a point across. Like a lot of these songs, like Trash, for example, and stuff like that. Those are very lyrical songs. But you also have Spikes, and my favorites, Houdini, because oh my gosh, that song is insanely catchy. 3 Bedrooms in a Good Neighborhood, same thing. I mean, just sick, like guitars, or I don't even know what instrument that is because it just sounds so like different. It sounds like a mix between a guitar and a keyboard. I don't know what it is, but and then you also have the title track and the last track, Bottomless Pit, which is just absurdly distorted, but it sounds sick. But overall, yeah, this song, every single song, basically, besides like 80808 and maybe like BB Poison and Warping, and those songs are just like above average. Every other song is amazing. I think it's a 9 out of 10. Just super consistent. A lot of bangers, just super catchy. I don't know. It's just such a fun album to listen to too. I mean, even though if you don't like super loud, songs, I wouldn't think you'd like it. But this album's sick. It's easily a top 3 Death Grips album. Yeah, it's going to 9 out of 10. Next, we have their last album. They released You're the Snitch. This album I liked a lot more than I liked it more when I listened to it the first time than I do now. I still think it's a really good album. I mean, I think it's like a strong 7, like close to being an 8, but it's just not quite there because it lacks the highs and consistency. But overall, this album is still really freaking sick. I mean, it's a sick album. I mean, Ha Ha Ha, amazing guitar choruses. The only thing is like some of the vocals on the album are like kind of distorted, and that's like the only thing I can kind of like pick at, which I do like distorted vocals on a lot of occasions, but it's just like it didn't really mix super well with it. With a lot of the songs on here. You also have Black Paint, which is really freaking cool. I mean, this is definitely their most like rock influenced album in my opinion. I mean, maybe you could say like Jenny Death is, but I don't know. I guess You're the Snitch I don't know. It just does feel more like rock influenced than any of their other albums. But you also have Death Grips is Online, that song is amazing, but it does kind of have, that same problem thing where they kind of over distort their vocals, which it sounds good. I still think it's a great song, but I think it would be better if they didn't. Yeah, but overall, this album, I think it's really good. Borderline 8 out of 10, but I just don't think it quite makes it there because, there's some songs like The Fear, which, really, who's listening to that? There's Streaky, which, yeah, it's a fun song, but I just think they're kind of goofy. But other than that, yeah, still, very good album. I think it could maybe be put in the 8 out of 10, but I'm just going to put it in 7 out of 10 for now. But, yeah, that's it. And before I end the video, I forgot to mention Steroids, the Crouching Tiger thing. This album, I'm also putting in 7 out of 10. I think that it's good. I haven't listened to it enough to really put it any higher or lower, but The first listen I did, I really wasn't paying attention too much, but I think I cannot talk today. I think it was good. I do think that it's like Jenny Death in that it's distorted, but it's more electronic rather than like rock. So I don't know. I still think it's good. It could change the more I listen to it, but for now I'm just going to put it 10 out of 10. Anyway, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. Death Grips is one of my favorite artists of all time. Really like a lot of their music, and that was just my opinion on a lot of it. And see y'all later.